Hello, sports fans, Ribbo here for Carwell Gaming. Don't tell anyone, but I'm going to play some Constructed. I know, right? I guess I just wanted the legendary card backs. There's only been one deck I've been enjoying playing, and it's not the best deck, but it's the deck I enjoy playing, and that is why we play Hearthstone, to have fun, and I have fun playing Handlock. Let's go have a quick look-see here. Now, I've been playing this for 2 days and gone from rank 25 to rank 6. I didn't want to play the lower ranks because I'm not sure there's anything to be gained from beating up people with a poor selection of cards. So I thought, let's wait until the good people start turning up and see how we do. It's weak against Miracle Rogue, and it's strong against Druid, and does okay against the other decks as well. But I just have so much fun playing it. I made a couple of modifications. There's normally 2 Shadow Bolts in this pretty standard build. I took them out just for the sake. See, let's go find the Shadow Bolt. Yep, because there's no Hunter around, so there's less sort of rush. And they still don't help you against Zoolock. You know, it's too slow. You know, they still swarm you, so it's like you're looking for a Hellfire or nothing, pretty much there. And I replaced them with faceless manipulators. To put a bit more pressure on Miracle Rogue, because you need to make, you need to tap, make a giant turn 4, and then make another giant turn 5, so this just lets you make more giants. Also allows you to have a couple of extra threats against, like, Shaman, that's kind of a counter to Handlock, but I seem to be doing strangely well against Shaman. Because they've got, like, the silences for your Twilight Drakes, and they've got 2 big game hunters main deck. So that's a little bit awkward, but I thought, you know, we'll make a few videos. You know, I'll play for an hour or so. We'll see how we do. See whether we can go up. We'll be trying to dodge the rogues and hit the druids. Literally hit the druids in the face with 8/8 giants. And after this introduction, obviously, it's going to be Miracle Rogue, which I think is the best deck. Personally, Miracle Rogue, like, the absolute best deck. Some kind of mirror match. We could have gone with the second Shadow Flame. That's really good for the mirror match.
Your soul shall suffer.
None of these cards are particularly useful. See how he very quickly punted all his? That says to me that he's playing Handlock as well. Because Zoolock normally has a card they want to keep. So we're just looking for giants. Going second's actually terrible. Usually the guy who goes first wins this because you... Oh, okay, he is playing Zoolock. Actually helps me a little bit, I guess, because going second... Well, going first you get to tap turn 2, turn 3, and then put an 8/8 giant for 4 mana in turn 4. And going second, you can't do that tap on turn 3 because you'll burn your... Due to a full hand, it'll be like your 11th card. Well, we've got a Hellfire, so we can always coin it out if he dumps everything on the board. And we've got the Earthen Ring, so you know, we've got a pretty good hand actually, all things considered.
Why do you call? My eyes are open.
I was happy to take a risk at losing my Hellfire there, because I still think I'd be okay anyway. You know, we're holding back the forces.
You call that a weapon?
And as soon as he starts, you know, to have to kill your minions rather than you, you're doing the good fight.
The light protects me.
My shield for Argus!
So the question is, do we want to leave him with a 2-2, or do we want to cost ourselves a card and silence it? I think we need to hold on to the silence here. May turn out to be incorrect. We'll soon find out.
Put this apple on your head.
Get in there!
That seems a pretty good target to silence. Really,
I can't do that.
a character with no attack value cannot attack. I'm trying to drag a minion onto the board. That's okay with you? The game's a bit laggy at the moment. So he could have me dead from here.
To no red!
Yep. Got a soul fire? Or are you just BMing me for no particular reason? Why don't you just cast a soul fire? What's the point of the mortal coil? Never understand people who do that. Like, why waste my time? So like I said, you know, it's a Roku matchup, but I don't think we're going to hit too much of that deck. My computer really doesn't like. I'm sort of attempting to record at a higher resolution. My computer doesn't like it at all. Yay! Easy win. He says tempting fate.
Your soul shall be mine!
Yet to lose to this deck. I'm just going to keep Giants, because Giants are awesome. Because the thing is, he has to keep a hand based on the fact that I might be Zoolock. And then he realises I'm Handlock, and he's got a bunch of not so great cards. So, you know, this is pretty much awesome, really. And he's got the warrior meta all sourced. Yes. Neither of these cards cost me. They both draw cards, so I will still have the full grip and be able to do a Mountain Giant next turn. Potentially a Mountain Giant and an Ancient Watcher. Seems fun. Well, that's interesting. So we could run it in here if we want to make this cost 3. I think that seems the correct play. So this is all just about, you know, making lots of threats, one after the next, and then being bigger than what he can do.
Got the beast in my sight.
Yep, pretty standard. But he now has to
I didn't have enough mana.
he now has to worry a little bit about putting me down to the magic magic 10 life, at which point I can drop a couple of free molten giants and give him taunt. So he'd need exactly his second big game hunter and yep, so he's not completely stupid. And we should be able to stabilize. With 3 giants next turn. See if he chooses not to attack me. He knows how this game's played.
Shields up.
Once we get to 10 mana, we can do it anyway. We can go like giant protector. And that is a nice soulfire. Seems fine. So you can big game one of them, if he has another one. Obviously, his Black Knight's no good to him at the moment. Generally, you just like have too much of a threat, you know. Like the problem the Druid deck has is that it has to try and kill you in one turn, and you know it doesn't quite make it. He realised attacking is good. Is an 8-8 with taunt meta or a 5-10? Or a 9-9? 9-9 with taunts are also good.
My shield for Argus!
So this is like... This is what happens. You make a lot of threats on one turn. And he goes, ah. He goes, yeah, that's a problem. So he's got to deal with a 9-9 with taunt and a 9-5 with taunt. Because obviously he's going to run this guy into my 9-4. There was an argument for not attacking with this, and then he has to attack here, and I'm left with a pair of fresh 9-9s.
What to do?
He's probably having a good cry right now. I had this game won! There's probably just no good play, right? I'm using the basic card backs you'll see here quite deliberately. It's like I want to look like a big as scrub as possible. Trees? Gonna make some trees? I'm just gonna pass the turn. Passing the turn's good. Don't do anything. I'm pretty certain we can draw a card against him. Or do we make Juraxxus attack him, take the bubble off, beat him up? Yeah.
Into the breach!
Go. Draw them cards, desperately looking for his answers. So he could have done spell power swipe. That was an option.
I must safeguard the land.
Or that and a swipe as well was another option. Ooh, Siphon Soul right on cue. I guess we just Juraxxus it up here.
You
Right?
face Juraxxus, Eridol Lord of the Burning Legion!
Now we can make Infernos! Infernals even. Every turn and give them taunt. He seems pretty good. He's still staring at this molting giant. Molting giant! It's losing its hair! It's going bald! Molting... Well, as you can clearly see, it doesn't have any hair. Molting giant.
Where shall I start?
Oh, stuff's happening. Stuff is happening. You gain that life. It's not going to help you. Nice. I love this part of the game when you know you've won and they're just staring at the screen going, yeah. Yeah, there's nothing I can do, he's thinking to himself. It's such a bad matchup for Druid. I mean, he had me, like, you know, by the short and curlies, really. It doesn't matter. None of that is relevant. Cool. Feel free to beat me up. But now he's completely out of cards.
My shield for Argus!
It's not a nice place to be. Why? Why do you have all these cards? It's just big. Yeah, that's the thing. Like, your guys are bigger than his guys. And you make a guy, he makes a guy, and your 8/8s look down at his 5/5s and go, nice 5/5s, bro. Is he dead? 2. Well, knock it off with that. I'm terrible at counting, as if you hadn't guessed. Two, 3, 10, yeah. Exactsies.
To the breach!
Yay! We won the game we couldn't lose, but tried very hard to lose. But, you know, it just feels fun. I mean, that's why I'm playing the game, because, you know, it's fun. Certainly not because it's the best deck, because it can just kill itself sometimes, well, a lot of times. I'm on the water in my attempt to lose weight. It's not really going very successful, but... Oh, this is an interesting matchup. I do like the Shaman games.
Doomhammer, your soul shall be mine.
I'm going to keep Mr. Owl to silence his flame tongue totems. Obviously, that's a pretty rubbish card out in the opening hand right there. Yeah, that, however, is an excellent card. So he's running 2 Hex, 2 big game hunters, so we need, like, a lot of things to go our way here.
The light protects me.
Don't be surprised if we see a flame tongue totem in the middle now. We just silence it and go, that's nice. I am shocked. Back to 2 damage you go. Wow, a Hellfire would be nice, wouldn't it? Or that works pretty well as well. So we got, you know, quite a good hand for surviving the early rush, I suppose. He beats me up for another massive 2 points of damage. That is what we wanted to see. Let's see how much he commits to the board now into this Hellfire. As long as you keep drawing all those spells out of him and zapping stuff. It's like, yeah. That's great, awesome. That's less lava bursts and lightning bolts going at my face. Siphon Soul feels pretty good, because he could kill me potentially the next turn. We could also tap, but I think we're going down a bit too low there. Normally I try and keep the Siphon Souls for his fire elementals. Well, awesome, that works. Obviously these are terrible against him because he just silences them and laughs in your face. So all we have to do is hope he doesn't have us dead this turn, so like a Bloodlust and a Lava Burst, something like that. Awesome! Walking into that Hellfire. So, silence this guy. Or just straight up... I mean, we could copy this. Hellfire for 4. Make a free Molten Giant. Or just Hellfire for 3. I think Hellfire for 3 seems good as well. Silence this first.
I wonder.
Oh! Silenced the wrong thing. I was going to silence my watch and I misclicked. Never mind. I'm an idiot. Well, that's probably cost me the game. Right. Yeah, it probably has just cost me the game. Yeah, my computer's lagging really badly, so... Probably shouldn't be recording in 1080p. Apparently I'm not dead. Awesome. Awesome sauce. Or is he just BMing for no reason? Nope, apparently I do get a turn.
I bring life.
I'm really wondering how this video is going to turn out now. Well, it's just going to be like 3 frames a second. It's good that he's wasted an earth shock there.
Shields up! I will mourn your death.
Pretty cool soulfire. But now he has a few things to fight through. Where's dem hexes? And them big game hunters, I know you're holding on to them. Ooh. It's neither a hex nor a big game hunter. Neither is that. Things are looking pretty bad for him. Take the bubble off, and zap it with the soul fire. Well, zap it with Jiraxxus, probably. Yeah.
You face Jiraxxus, Eridol Lord of the Burning Legion.
I got this. I will mourn your I will mourn.
And this just sets up lethal for next turn. Don't even need to use the soul fire here. Nice.
My shield for Argus.
Oh, bit of BM from me there, because I didn't realise I had lethal. It's the one thing I never do is actually count up whether I've got the other guy dead. I'm like, shields up! And then I'm like, oh yeah, I've got you dead. Whoops. Sorry. My apologies for not realising I had you dead there. There was a ton of things I could have done differently in the previous turn. If my computer wasn't so laggy, I could have maybe spent a bit more time thinking stuff out. Instead of worrying that the game's going to crash on me. But, you know, it's just such a fun deck to play. I don't care whether it's not the greatest in the world. This can occasionally be a struggle.
So shall be mine.
That's not an understatement either. So if it's Mage Rush, I have to keep these cards. If it's Freeze Mage, we got a few turns longer, but I still feel I have to put the pressure on. Okay, so it's Mage Rush. Tempted to coin out to the Ancient Watcher. Tempted to also just go ahead and Soulfire that thing, but we'll let it hit for a turn.
If I roll need.
Yeah, I think we just Hellfire turn 3 here. So given that that's probably a counter spell, I think we just have to do some baiting instead now. Apparently it's not a counter spell. That's interesting. I've never seen Mirror Entity in this build before. Obviously it's got ice blocks in there, but I think the Mirror Entity is an interesting choice. Okay, so he's overcommitting into the Hellfire, but I guess he figures he can do enough damage afterwards. Did I ever mention how much I love Soulfire? I considered coining out the Ancient Watcher, but I don't have any taunts. Like, that was the other option, was to coin before I Soulfired so I didn't lose the coin, and then play one of the Ancient Watchers afterwards. Okay, this is Secret Mage.
I'll never tell.
Now I realise what I'm up against. I think we coin to bait a counterspell, and Hellfire again, and that leaves us with 3 mana for the Earthen Ring Farseer. Do I need life?
My eyes are open.
Sure, I'll walk into your kill, dude. Seems fine. Plenty more where that came from. So he's desperately trying to hold on now and kill me.
Of course.
Do we go to 12? None of these cards are any use to me. And he can't kill me next turn, I hope.
We hunger for vengeance.
Absolutely fine. Hey look, another Siphon Soul. Anyone seen a taunt in my deck? Not the most useful of cards right now. I might have to Siphon Soul my own guy to stay alive. He's got like 1 Pyroblast in his deck, so he's probably drawn it.
So
But
many
there's no good
possibilities.
play other than this. I guess we just make, like, a crappy minion, right?
Shields up.
And hope to draw Jaraxxus or Alexstrasza next turn. Oh, something to copy that's actually useful. Or something to gain some life with. Hooray! 3 molting giants. Maybe there isn't a Pyroblast in this version. I think we have to take that risk. I'm sure you can burn me out from here in many different ways. Both of my... yeah, there's a Pyroblast. Both of my Jaraxxus and Alexstrasza in the bottom 10 cards, so I had a chance if either of those cards were in the top 20. And some of my giants were hiding as well, down at the bottom. That's no good. So, you know, it is a ropey matchup, that one. But I can win it if I draw the right cards, which I didn't. So another 15 minutes to go. Yeah, I mean, I was tapping away and just going, none of these cards do anything.
For Doomhammer, your soul shall
Mortal
be
Coils,
mine.
actually really good in this matchup. Alexstrasza, not so good. Certainly not in opening hand, so I'll quite happily keep this hand. And a draw Jaraxxus. It's like both of the cards, Alexstrasza and Jaraxxus, that I wanted against the previous spade, they were like, heard you were talking shit about us. And I'm like, no, 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 no. You go away. You go do your thing. They came to beat me up. It's awkward. So we don't Mortal Coil this turn, we draw the card this turn, and we can Mortal Coil it and draw the card next turn. Ow. Or we go aggro on him. Aggro seems cool. Hellfire works, I guess. And if it means he now zaps my 4-2, then that's also awesome. Yeah, let's keep his board clear of dudes. Oh yeah! He thought he was playing Handlock. He's really up against Zoolock. Of course he gets the spell power. Yeah, like 25% chance, of course. Wouldn't have it any other way, sir. I'm sure he has a Earth Shock for my Twilight Drake. But the fact that, you know, I'm still on a reasonable amount of life makes me quite happy. And here's the Earth Shock for the launch. Very predictable, these players. Any giants in my deck? Yay! We have giants. And here comes Mr. Big Game Hunter, or Mr. Hex. Big Game Hunter it is. Oh, no, Hex. I guess wrong. Guess I just make another. And then I make an Alexstrasza and set his life total to 15. And he'll be like, oh, that's awkward. Like, this Shaman deck was, you know, built to beat Handlock, but I still think, like, my version of Handlock with the... Oh, two little dudes for copying stuff isn't so bad. What's he gonna do now? It's all so exciting. Oh. 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 Come on! There we go. There we go, he got there eventually. I guess we're just killing your big guy, aren't we? And there's my Faceless, which is kind of what I wanted a couple of turns ago, to really turn the screw on him. Like, I don't really mind him drawing cards, doesn't bother me too much. He can draw the cards, he just doesn't have the mana to put enough threats out to deal with what I'm going to be doing. And if he makes a mistake of making lots of little guys, then I just get to Hellfire. So he's going to Lava Burst, right? Yeah, he's just making a mistake of putting lots of little guys out. No reason to do anything other than the Hellfire, really.
My eyes are open.
We hunger for vengeance.
Boo! There goes the Faceless. But we've still got Alexstrasza and Jiraxxus. And a couple of taunts. So, you keep making your dudes. That's a sexy taunt. Is he dead? Jiraxxus hit that, hit him for 9. Meh. Yeah, we could put stuff in the way. That would be interesting. Want to put it here. If we can get this little guy up to 3-3 with 2 of them, defend with Arguses.
My shield for Argus! My shield for Argus!
Hit him for 13.
Almost out of time.
Nah.
Of course. You win this.
Yep, he just went, you know what, that deck's pretty ridiculous. And then, you know, this Shaman deck's built to beat Handlock, but I quite like Handlock's chances. Hooray! So as you can see, you know, the grind's a lot harder. There's no easy wins now. We get one last game in, because we've not played Miracle Rogue, strangely enough, and I think that's the best deck, and I think that's the deck that usually beats mine. So maybe we get it in this last video. Please point out any play mistakes. Like I said, I've just been playing for 2 days, so it's perfectly possible I'm missing some obvious interactions.
Gul'dan versus Gul'dan!
Okay. If this is Zoolock again, might be going down like the Titanic. Well, I'm going second as well, so this pretty much guarantees I'm going to lose this one, either way. Because I'm making like a turn 4, 4-9 Twilight Drake when he's making an 8-8 Giant. Yep, but he is Handlock as well. I'm not even looking at the card, I'm just tapping. So it doesn't matter what the card is. Just gonna tap. See, I need giants, and I've not got giants, so... this is gonna be probably a loss. Like, I'm not sure how I can win this one, because he'll be making an 8-8 giants, and then I'll be crying. Bonus. That makes me quite happy. So it's really important to draw into these giants. Oh, he's playing the Shadow Bolt, so that helps me. I've got more threats than him. He's gone for the straight sort of deck version, you know, which is fine. You know, it is acceptable. So we could play another Twilight Drake, or we can tap, silence the 4/5. He might be playing the version with, like, I'm not running Leroy Jenkins. There is a version with, like, Leroy and Power Overwhelmings. So... there's certainly, like, a few different things you can do. I was just making sure I still had that. I was like, I'm sure there's a mortal coil in my hand somewhere. Right, yes, there it is. Largely an irrelevant card in this matchup, the Blood Mage, so just lob it out there.
Shields up.
Obviously we don't want to overcommit God of Shadow Flame, but at the same time we could just go, well, you know, we've got the advantage here, why don't we just try and turn the screw, right? So let's get up to 10 cards. Oh, beautiful draw. So we can play this for 3 mana. And play the Twilight Drake. And just put him in a position where he has to make a giant and Shadow Flame in one turn, or he's dead. And I don't think he has the mana to do that. Okay, buys him a turn, that's good for me.
My shield for Argus.
We'll put him to 15, that seems a good amount. Don't want him dropping 2 free giants this turn. Ah. I just keep making more threats.
My shield for Argus.
So he is running the Leroy, but we now have the Siphon Souls. Is he dead? There's something I'm missing here. 7 damage, 11, 13. Oh. Point short. Harsh.
So many possibilities. Of course.
Into the breach.
There's 2 Shadow Flame,
My shield for Argus.
but he is dead. So I wasn't expecting to win that one. Kind of happy that I did. I think he had some rubbish draws. Cool story, bro. Thanks for the taunt. So I drew more giants than him, therefore I won. And that's pretty much how that matchup goes. He's got the 2 Shadow Flames. That was like one card I was very seriously considering, like if I hit more sort of mirrors. So like I said, my version doesn't run any Leroys, so it's just the 2 Soulfires, 2 Multicoils, 2 Ancient Watchers, Blood Mage Thalnos, 2 Owls, 2 Sunfury Protectors, 2 Farseers, 2 Hellfire, 1 Shadow Flame. He was running 2. Which, you know, I quite like 2. It's very, very close whether I should run 2 or 1. 2 Defender of Argus, 2 Twilight Drake. Occasionally, these can be Chillwind Yetis, depending on, you know, how much Shaman you see and stuff like that. The 2 Facelesses is the route I went down. So, you know, you can all think to yourselves whether they're good or not. I'm still kind of, you know, testing this stuff out, but it seems to do okay for me. 2 Siphon Soul, and the standard Alexstrasza, Jiraxxus, and the 4 Giants at the bottom. I think it's just the most fun. Shame for the video we didn't see any Miracle Rogue. Not a shame for me, because I think I would have lost to it, but it'll be interesting to see like how far you can get with this deck before you have to start tweaking it, because, you know, I'm halfway through rank 6 with it. I don't want to be a Sea Giant at rank 5. Like, a Molten Giant's fine, because they're in the deck, and but not Sea Giants. Sea Giants like the one dude we don't play. Anyway, I think that kind of wraps things up. Please leave your own thoughts on this deck and sort of how it fits into the metagame at the moment. I'm going to carry on playing it because I think it's fun. I think that's the start and the end of it. I've said that many times. You know, it's really important in Hearthstone that you enjoy the game. Like, the moment you stop enjoying the game and you go, but I want to grind Legendary, it's like, well, why play? If you're not enjoying the game, you know, stop trying to impress people by saying, hey, I got to 83rd in the EU last season. If you're not enjoying it, you know, just go play something else. I mean, in one of the previous seasons, you know, I finished like 54th in the EU after a couple of days of play, and that was with that Pally deck. So, you know, it's not really anything to be proud of. I kind of want it for the legendary card backs, just because when you're making videos, people go, he's using those awful card backs, he can't be a good player, I'm not going to watch him. So that's like kind of the only reason, just so I can go, look, I made legendary one season, you know, I think I'm good enough to play the game and make a few videos on it. You know, that's other people being judgmental, rather than other viewers who will just go, you know what, it doesn't matter that he's never made legendary because he quite clearly knows what he's talking about. Hopefully that's what people are going to think. I don't know whether people actually do think that. Actually, to be honest, I don't really care what people think. But yeah, I've got to get back to doing some arena. However, there will be a delay. 3 days from now, I'm off to the dentist to have a tooth yanked. And not just any tooth, but, you know, I'm 36 years old. It's a wisdom tooth that never erupted, so it never came above the gum line. Basically, my teeth grew this way, straight up, and then there was this wisdom tooth next to the other guy, gums going, screw you guys, I'm going home, and it grew that way. So, well, yeah, it's currently facing, like, that way, with the roots here pointing out underneath the gum line, while all the other teeth have gone, sup, I'm here. So it's starting to give me some jip, so it's got to go. So they're going to be cutting open the gum, yanking it out, filling it full of gauze, and my cheek might be like, bleh, like out here, and be like Quasimodo, the bows. So I might not be talking, or they might cut it open and do that, and then nothing at all. You know, just put some tranquilizers in me for a few hours, dope me up, and I'll just like wander around in the daze, going, where am I? This is the good stuff. And then I'll be fine after that. So maybe I get to make some videos afterwards. Maybe I don't. But we got, you know, a ton of constructed. It's kind of interesting how like hunters just went like, meh. You know, unleash your hounds, 2 mana? No. We'll make it 3, and the world was right again. However, my bitch is that Miracle Rogue needs a nerf. I think Gadgets and Auctioneer should probably be limited to drawing 1 or 2 extra cards a turn at most. And then I think it'll be fine. Nerfing its mana? Possibly. Maybe you make it 6 or 7 mana. I don't know. It seems undercosted at 5. You know. Like, all the other decks seem absolutely I think the thing is, for me, is that, you know, you're not really playing Hearthstone when someone... And there's a fewer decks like that, a few of the sort of the one-turn kill decks. You know, you sit there playing your guys and go, haha, I'm going to beat you up. I'm going to beat you up with my guys. And they're like, okay, sure, whatever. Do whatever you want. And they're looking at the watch and, oh... Is it that time? Is it turn 7? Ah, you're dead. Yes. Eat 30 damage this turn. As I play my Leroy, return it to my hand, play it again, return it to my hand, play it again. Cold-blooded. Eviscerate you. Take 30 die? And you've already took a couple off, like a Blade Flurry and other things, so you're like, okay. That wasn't fun, but well played. I guess I'll try again next game. So, like, Miracle Rogue just defeats itself, doesn't it? You know, if it doesn't draw the Auctioneer in its top 15 cards, because it, you know, it cycles a few with the Fan of Knives and stuff like that, digs a bit deeper. And if it doesn't get to Gadget and Auctioneer, it just goes, yeah, I've lost. So you're basically playing against it going, have I lost yet? And he's like, no. And I'm like, have you lost yet? And he's like, maybe, I've got another turn. And he goes, oh, Auctioneer. No, you're dead. And you're like, well, wasn't that a skill-intensive game with lots of interesting decisions? Anyway, guys, let's see what happens, you know. I think the meta's going to stay like this now until the next Ramis expansion comes out. And there's rumours already about it costing $9 a wing, which makes sense, you know. I think like $35 or something like that for the entire thing, because there's 4 wings in, and there's meant to be like 1 wing free, I think. I think that was the idea, wasn't it? You pay for the 4 wings and unlock the 5th one for free when they're done. Because it's only 25 new cards. Someone was making this ridiculous rumour that it was going to be $90 for the entire thing. I'm like, it's only 25 cards. They're not going to charge $90 for 25 cards. That would immediately rank it as the most expensive digital card game ever. Anyway. Please, you know, remember to click the like button and on any of our videos, just to give us that little bit more exposure. And I'll be back with a bit of arena soon enough. Ta-da!